Hey everybody, thanks for checking in. This is Mr. Hoig with the Inspirational Video of the Day. Please forward to share this with anyone you'd like to and keep staying positive and making yourself a little bit better every day. Today's guest speaker is Bouza. He's the AD at West Sioux and a good friend of mine. He recently got the Athletic Director of the Year in Iowa. He's gotten actually several athletic director awards. I think he's been doing a tremendous job. We've had a ton of success lately. But I don't want to talk too much about him because he has an unbelievable message, and I'd rather get mine out of the way. Please listen. Think about it. He's going to talk about perspective. It's probably one of the, if not the most moving videos I've gotten thus far. Might make you emotional, made me a little emotional. So thank you so much, Mr. Bouza, for being so candid and for this great lesson. Everybody listen, think about it. It's about perspective. Here is Mr. Bouza.
Hi everybody, this is Mr. Bouza. Coach Hoig asked me to share a video with you today about any topic that I wanted. And I guess I'd like to talk to you guys about perspective. And if you're not sure, perspective is kind of how you view a situation based on your past experiences. And so today I'm going to share a story with you about the point in my life where I learned maybe my most valuable lesson on perspective. And it happened when my wife and I were expecting our second child. So it's a long story, but I'll try to keep it short. We had just had our first ultrasound, and we were notified that there was some abnormalities with the results. At first it scared us, but our midwife at the time assured us that there shouldn't be anything to worry about, but just to be on the safe side, we should get it checked out further. Okay, so that brings us to our second ultrasound with a perinatologist in Sioux Falls at Avera. She did her thing with the ultrasound, and we waited, and then she came back in the room, and she had a very somber look on her face, and we knew that something was wrong, and she had told us that based on the ultrasound, she felt that it was likely that our baby had what was called a genetic condition, and that she thought it was likely to be a genetic condition known as trisomy 18, which is a third copy of your 18th chromosome. She said it could also be trisomy 21, which is the third copy of your 21st chromosome. And for those of you that don't know, trisomy 18 is much different than trisomy 21 because most children with that genetic condition, they don't survive longer than a few days. So obviously we were devastated. She said they could do a test to confirm it, but the results wouldn't be back for a few days. So we did that test, and we left that day in kind of a shocked state, in what we viewed as the worst day of our lives. You know, our unborn child likely had a genetic condition and wouldn't survive. You can't really prepare for the onslaught of thoughts and feelings that go through your head. How are we going to handle this? What are we going to tell our families? Should we even tell our families? It was 2 days of constant questions and really no good answers. So 2 days later, I received a call from our doctor. She confirmed that it was, in fact, trisomy 21. And so there I am, after getting off the phone with her, trying to figure out how I tell my wife. And so she was at work, so I called her at work and I asked her to come home. And she said, you have to tell me right now. She said, I'm not going to be able to drive home without knowing. And at that time she worked over in Ironton. So I told her that our baby had trisomy 21, and it's known as Down syndrome. And the other end of the phone was just silent. Now, this is the point where I think I learned the most valuable lesson on perspective that I've ever learned. Because after that short silence on the phone, I heard my wife say, "Oh, well, we can handle that." And it hit me like a ton of bricks. Of course we were going to be fine. We were going to have a healthy daughter. You know, it wasn't trisomy 18. We didn't have to worry about our child dying a few days after birth. She wasn't going to be like other kids, but that was okay. Like, who is like any other kid, right? And so it was at that moment that I learned that when you're faced with a tough situation in life, you need to make sure that you approach it with the right perspective. You know, the right perspective can really sometimes change the entire way that you view and handle a situation. And for a lot of us right now, that current situation is this coronavirus scare, you know. With all the things we're facing with coronavirus, it'd be easy to be sad and to mourn all the things we've lost. You know, we've lost prom, we might lose graduation, we've lost our sports, we lost the end of our school year. You know, but I would challenge you guys, and especially the seniors, to look at it from a different perspective. You know, you're getting a chance right now to spend some time with your parents and your siblings, and, you know, for a limited amount, some of your friends, at a time where you're going to be going on a life-changing journey. And that life-changing journey, whether it be going on to college or getting a job or starting your own family, is likely going to leave you at some point in the future kind of looking back, wishing you had those moments to share again. You know, I wish I had more time to spend with my parents, or I wish I had more time to see my sister. You know, there's going to come a time in your life where you're going to wish you had this time back. You know, so I challenge you guys to keep a positive attitude during these times, and, you know, and spend this time doing the things that you love to do with your family. You know, make memories during this time, because in all honesty, you guys are a unique group of students. You've been given a gift of time with your family that someday some people might wish they had more of. So keep the right perspective in life, and approach things with a positive attitude. So, thanks everybody.